welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Yellow with me, Amanda. I whizzed through and beat the previous three again, Lorelei, Bruno, and Agatha. That way we're not just in this continuous cycle of beating and losing to the final Elite Four people. So here we are, going once again up against Mr. Lance and his cape that he thinks is cool. Alright, so I'm on Google, and I'm gonna do a start a question and then go down the list through the alphabet and see how many I can get done in 20 minutes, and let's get started. We're gonna do, is it a good idea to? So, is it a good idea to A, ask a girl out by text? No, I don't think so. I would say give her a call. It seems a little classier to call somebody. But then again, it also kind of depends on what your idea of a date is. If you're just saying, hey, do you want to go for a walk? Yeah, you can text her that. But if you're like, hey, do you want to go to a movie and, like, go out to dinner and stuff, maybe call her. Depending on the date, the kind of date that you're going to be going on. Yeah, I would give it some thought, but if you want to get some brownie points, call. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. B, is it a good idea to buy gold? I actually don't know, because I'm very bad at investments and other things involving money that are, yeah, that's just, I'm not too savvy on that. But from my very scant knowledge, maybe it's not a good idea right now. I don't think that gold is on the rise. I think it is not falling in value, but it's not entirely stable. So maybe don't buy gold. Buy some stocks instead in a company that's not Microsoft, because, Microsoft with the Xbox One, probably not a good thing. What about C? Good idea to close credit card accounts. If you're having credit card troubles, yes, I would definitely try and do that. If you are not fiscally responsible, probably want to close your credit card account. Just to, if you feel like you cannot handle that kind of responsibility, then do that. And try and find ways to build credit other ways. Because credit cards really, they aren't that great of ways to build your credit anyway. Loans do that better. I do know that much. D, is it a good idea to... is it a good idea to douche? I'm sorry, I know that there's like what douching actually is, but it's still pretty funny. Yes, it's a good idea to douche, to keep your parts healthy, whether, you know, no matter what you are, which hole you're going to douche, I guess it's probably a good idea just to clean some things out. Make sure you're doing it the correct way too, with the right formula. Yeah. Is it a good idea to email a hiring manager? In my experience, I have not had any luck with that, so, I mean, I guess if you're gonna be persistent, then sure, but probably not, just because it's not. Yeah. Good idea to finance a car. As in, like, instead of just paying all for cash for it. I mean, yeah, it's a good way to build credit. So, if you're doing it at a rate where you're paying back at a rate that you can afford, then yes. Otherwise, no. Get a cheap car that you can pay all the down or pay for up front. Yeah, it's a good way to build credit. So if you can afford the payments, then go for it. G, it's a good idea to get a credit card. Oh my gosh, Google, why are you giving me all these suggestions about money? I am not a big fan of credit cards. I don't like them, because I know myself. But if you are responsible enough and you tell yourself this is for emergencies only, and you only use it for an emergency, then yes. And if you get one and then you use it to get rewards, and then you can pay off everything to get those rewards, then yeah, you have to be responsible with it. But I didn't get a credit card until I was 21 because I was like, no, this is such a bad idea. You know, growing up or coming of age during the Great Recession, I guess as we're calling this, I was just like, credit cards are a terrible idea. So I just didn't get one until, like, my parents said, you should get one just to do this. And yeah, so yeah, don't get one your freshman year of college, but get one eventually, and just know that it's not you have to pay it off every month. When I first got my credit card, I used it to buy the things that I was already going to be buying anyway, like groceries and gas. So things that I could pay off. So yeah, if you're gonna get one, do that, just to get yourself used to the idea of getting the habit of paying things off. H, is it a good idea to have a dog in college? I don't think so. I know a lot of people who did, and I just don't really... Some of them had puppies, and I was like, how do you find time to train a puppy when you are going to class full-time and you have a job and social life? And I don't think so. And plus, trying to find an apartment that is going to allow you to have a dog, and just, like, if you're renting place, like, there's so many things that can go bad. If you are, like, living at home, then sure, go right ahead and get a dog. But if you are not, then pets in college are so much, like, get a fish. Like, for real, get a fish. Yeah. Is it a good idea to invest? Oh my gosh, why are so many questions about money? Possibly. Again, if you know what you're doing, and if you have somebody to guide you, sure, go ahead and invest. But I don't have anybody to advise me, so I don't invest. Is it a good idea to jailbreak your iPhone? If you are a person who is not responsible with your possessions, and you might find yourself running into some trouble, possibly with some water or some shattering, maybe don't jailbreak your iPhone. But if you are a person who is responsible and also knows a lot about technology, in which you can, I guess if you can jailbreak it, then you probably know how to fix a lot of problems. Then sure, go ahead and jailbreak your iPhone, but I don't recommend it because you break your warranty and something goes wrong, then you're SOL. So, you know. Okay, is it good to keep a journal? Yeah, I'd say keep a journal. I've kept a journal, in some way or shape or form. There's a blog and my Tumblr, I do personal posts on there. I kept a couple of physical journals. And it helps you kind of, like, get some stuff out, so it's not like poisoning your insides and you're just angry all the time about it. And I haven't really kept any recently just because it's a little time consuming, but, you know, if it's something that you feel could help you, it's kind of therapeutic. So definitely, if you need some kind of cheap therapy, that's the way to go. Oh, is it a good idea to lease a car? It all depends on the person. I'm currently leasing my car because I needed something that's not going to be in the shop every other week. And if I was going to be paying money on a car every single month, then I wanted to pay money on a car that did what it was supposed to do, instead of my other option being finance a car that would be, with the money I had, it was going to be looking at, like, at least 7 years old. Maybe a little older than that, made, you know, around the turn of the century, and it was just not gonna be good for me. So fiscally, it was better for me to lease the car, and I'm taken very well care of by my dealership, so I'm totally fine with it. So it all depends on you and what you want. So look over your options, and yeah. Is it a good idea to microwave this? I thought this would come up eventually. Let's find out. There's a whole series about microwaving things, and you can check out Johnny Paula's channel and see for yourself if it's a good idea to microwave various things. I definitely recommend the airbag episode. That was one of the first ones that I saw, and it was funny because nothing bad happened, and it could have. So it was like America's Funniest Home Videos, only better because nobody actually got hurt. But yeah, let's find out, and you can go find out for yourself. Definitely go check out that show. It's good times. N. Good idea to negotiate salary. Oh my god, all these questions about money that I don't know. I've never been in a position to do that. So I don't know. If you feel like, I guess, that your boss would not react badly to that, then if you feel like you really deserve it and you have a good case to back you up, then do it. Otherwise, don't. Yeah, make sure you have a good case and that you feel like you actually deserve it, rather than like, oh, I deserve a raise because I worked here for 6 months and I do all this work, and then no, you're just a pretentious douchebag. I've been that pretentious douchebag. Just don't. Yeah, it makes it's gonna depend person to person, like everything in life does. Is it a good idea to open a restaurant? Are you a good cook? If you know the business side of it, other than just cooking, then sure. Yeah, I don't know. Is it a good idea to pop a pimple? I've been lucky. I haven't had any huge problems in the past with pimples that I have popped, but I'm told that you're not supposed to because it could lead to scarring. I have not had that happen to me. But who knows, in the future I could have a horrendous pimple pop scar. But yeah, probably not. Don't do it, just to be on the safe side. Q. It's a good idea to quit your job. If it's making you absolutely miserable, like suicidally depressed, yes, it is a good idea to quit your job. Otherwise, try and find some coping mechanisms. Some ways to make your life better. Also, continue to look for new jobs. If you have a new job set up, then yes, go ahead and quit. Otherwise, maybe not. But yeah, if you have a new job all ready to go, or if you are completely and totally depressed, miserable, suicidal, all of that, those are the only two situations I recommend quitting your job. Because in this economy, it's not a good idea to just quit your job with no backup. PQR, refinance a mortgage. I don't know. I've never done that, so yeah. QRS, shave your arms. No, don't shave your arms. That's I mean, I guess if you have like a huge problem and you really don't like it, then sure, but I just think that's weird. I'm sorry if you do shave your arms, but I think it's weird. My mom shaves her toes, and I tell her all the time that it's really fucking weird. So yeah, some things you just aren't meant to shave. And some people argue that you shouldn't shave anything, and there are occasions that I agree with them on that. ST, transfer credit card balances. I have no idea what that is, so I don't know. Sorry. U, use iCloud. It's a good idea to use the iCloud. I don't have mine set up, so I don't know. Sorry. V, vacuum ants. I mean, I guess if you're gonna like immediately get rid of the bag, maybe, but I've never had to go with that. I just kind of go with the poison. W, work out when you are sick. No, it is never a good idea to strain yourself when you're sick. Otherwise, you're going to get really hurt and you're going to end up in the hospital. Also, don't work out when you've been taking ibuprofen. Like if you're sore, really, really sore to the point where you feel like you need to take ibuprofen from the previous day, just don't. because you're gonna hurt yourself. So just don't. X is a good idea to buy an Xbox 360 now. Well, considering the Xbox One is not doing anything, then yeah. Okay, so is it a good idea to jailbreak your phone, because that's your, iPod Touch, 4G, same thing as the phone. Good idea to date your ex. I guess it all depends on your history. Generally, I don't recommend it, but if you feel that things left unsaid, or you broke up for like a ridiculously dumb reason that you both really regretted later, or like some other really cliche thing like that, maybe give it another shot. I generally would not go for that, personally. But my dating situation is different than most people's dating situations. So, again, it's all going to go for you. If you're asking this of a lot of people and not just Google, maybe really weigh their options, because remember that these people have to deal with you too. So if you were not a good person to other people in your previous relationship, with the person that you are thinking about going out with again, maybe consider that you might not have any friends or family left, because you will have driven them away, or your ex, who will be your significant other, they might drive them away. So maybe just think about it. Think about how your actions in this relationship will affect other people, because even though it is your relationship, it's still other people having to deal with you in the relationship. Yeah. And Z. Pop this. Same thing with popping the pimple, microwave something. Move to New Zealand. That's an interesting one. Why are you moving to New Zealand? Consider all of your options with that. Yeah. If you are moving for a job, then yeah, sure. Just keep in mind that there's a lot of sheep in New Zealand. There are more sheep than there are people. But you know, you can also live in Middle Earth. So keep that one in mind. The other one, keep animals in zoos. That's something that's interesting. I would say sure. It's a conservation effort for a lot of animals, and a lot of animals are much better treated than, you know, we think. There are proper zoos and such. And if there are endangered species, then this is a conservation effort. So you definitely want to consider that as one thing. But yeah. So yay, we beat Gary. Yes. We are the new Pokemon League champions with little health to spare. I have come of age at 10 years old. Everybody giggle at that. See, he says that, but Gary is still going to be the champion when I go back and fight again and again and again and again and again, because there's the only one way to get any money or gain levels easily in this game anymore, and that is to fight the Elite Four. Yeah. So coming up next, we are going to go capture Mewtwo, and that's going to be the penultimate episode of Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. So yeah. It's been an interesting journey having all of you along for the ride with me. So yeah. We're gonna buzz through this and then skip the credits, and I will see you guys when we're gonna go over into Cerulean Cave and fight Mewtwo. Or not fight him, but we're gonna catch him. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. See you next time for the final episode of Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.